What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Balanced Perception YouTube channel. And today we're back with an episode. We're going to get this sucker fixed. It's had a few issues. We'll go into it in full detail, but without further ado, let's just hop to it. So as I'm sure you guys saw by the title of this video, we're going to be fixing the EMMC unit on this QIDI X-MAX3 printer today. I actually ordered the item off of eBay, so if you guys are having this problem with one of your QIDIs too, I will link that for you in the description. Long story short, I've been trying to get this printer to print, accurately. I did buy it off of eBay as used, and I got it for a really good price, but this may have been why. Every time I try to print, it basically has an EMMC issue which flashes on the screen, which I'll put right up here so that you guys can see if you are having this issue too. And I've done everything from changing the cable that runs from the main board up to the board behind the printing head. I've changed the actual board itself that's behind the printer head. I haven't changed the motherboard, but those were the two recommendations that I received from QIDI to actually fix this, and neither worked. So I just went ahead and bought a new EMMC unit, and we're going to be replacing that today. It's a very straightforward process. I went ahead and already flashed it so that it's good to install. I'll also leave a link for that. It's very simple to do. If you do buy this one that I link for you guys, it does come with a USB that connects to the EMC so that you don't have to do that separately. You plug it right into your computer, unzip it, put it onto the drive, or put it right onto the EMC, and you're good to go. So now for the easy part, actually, we're just gonna flip this sucker over, well, actually, we don't have to flip it over. I forgot. I'm thinking one of my other printers. We just turn this around for you guys. We're gonna pop off the back here and install this new unit. So let's get to it. All right, so as you can see, we have the back of the unit here. We have to pop off these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws. Probably supposed to be one there. Didn't come with the printer. No big deal. Not a deal breaker. So let's just go ahead and pop these off. Once you have the back popped off, be very, very careful not to pull, as there's a fan that links right here. It'd be a pain to try to strip those wires, reconnect it. Just a pain. Make sure, so basically it comes down like this. Just, don't pull. Now we're gonna go ahead and zoom in so that you guys can see, well, the best of my abilities with this camera, the EMMC, which is right here. That's what we're going to be replacing. And here is our replacement. So we're gonna go ahead, and there's 2 screws that hold this into place. We're gonna pop those off and put in the new one. And the whole thing looks like this again, because this is the USB device that connects to the EMC that I used on my computer to go ahead and get it flashed and ready to go. So we're gonna pop that out and pop in the new one. All right, guys, so we're back after installing that new EMMC chip. And let me tell you guys, this is going to be the most important part of this video. That thing was a pain. So let me explain everything that happened. Of course, there's a time jump because you guys didn't see everything that happens behind the scenes. So let me just explain real quickly if you guys are doing this, swap on your QIDI X-MAX3. The chip that I installed had no trouble updating and basically getting the firmware onto it. But I had to basically figure out that, okay, let's see how I can put all this into words. After I installed the update on the chip, it accepted it and everything, printer loaded up, we were good to go. I was unable to press the buttons on the screen, for example, to home the printer, to manually adjust the temperature, to move X, Y, Z axis. I couldn't do any of that. I was pressing the buttons on the screen, but they were not registering that I was pressing them. So I was like, what could this possibly be? I did everything. I took the chip back out, I reinstalled it, I re-updated it, couldn't figure out what it was. Turns out that it was not compatible with I believe there's a version that's already installed on the board that's behind the print head. I believe that's what's going on there. Wasn't exactly sure. So what ended up solving the problem, again, if you guys have this problem, this will probably solve it for you too. I went ahead and rolled back the firmware on this printer. I went back to, I think it was version 2.3, don't quote me on that, but basically 2 versions back from what the current version was. updated the printer. It was able to finally, get everything going. After that, I was able to move the X, Y, and Z axes, and then, well, actually, when I did the update, I was able to press all the buttons, and then I was able to move the X, Y, and Z, and then I updated it further to the newest version. It took me a while to figure out that's what was going on, and of course, it made it more difficult because I was unable to actually press the buttons. I tried to do the update by plugging the printer in manually, still couldn't get it to go. Eventually, it was able to just detect the older version it installed. It took about 20 minutes or so, it seems. Then everything was working fine. So just a quick recap if you are doing this. Install the EMMC chip to hopefully solve your EMMC communication error. Then update the firmware, maybe 2 or 3 firmwares back so that the printer will recognize it. After you update it, then you can update to the most current version. That's what got everything working for me. So now that we're finally past all that headache, we are going to see if this fix actually worked, which I do believe it will. We're going to do a 3-hour print. With this printer, I was having issues with longer prints, say 7 to 8 hour prints. Actually, I take that back. Even at the end there, it was having trouble with 1-hour prints. So we're gonna do a quick 3-hour print. Hopefully everything goes well, and I will show you guys after. So see you guys in about 3 hours. So it has been 3 hours, and as you guys can see, let's go ahead and zoom in a bit. Our print is completely done here. It was a 3-hour print, and just to show you guys, let's go ahead and zoom back out. You can see it right here. Let's see if we can zoom in on this to show you guys the actual time. Not sure if you can see that, hopefully you can, but it says 3 hours, 1 minute. So I am pretty sure our problem is fixed, as it would usually cancel out about an hour before. So it seems like we are good to go. So I hope this video has been helpful for a few of you guys, as I was unable to find a lot of information related to fixing EMMC errors outside of simply changing the cable and swapping the board behind the print head. Again, those options did not work for me, so I did have to in fact change the entire EMMC. And again, I can't stress this enough. Make sure that you do the whole update, not with the top update, but do it with maybe say 1-2 updates back, and then go from there, as the printer will be able to recognize the older updates and it won't recognize the newer one until a newer update is installed, if that hopefully makes sense. I still think this is a phenomenal printer. I have 4 or 5 of them. I'm not gonna lie, they do take some work, but the huge build volume is the reason I got them. I like to print large items, and I also hate to have to glue things together like a puzzle. I prefer to just print them all in one piece and just go from there, and this printer allows me to do exactly that. If this video does help you guys, or if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I would love to answer and help you guys out. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you all so much for sticking along with this episode, and now it's time to get this huge printer back to its resting spot. Thank you all so much again, and until next time, stay boundless. See you. Bye-bye.